Hi, welcome back to Kunado Chronicles. The fight that will decide Yuri's stuff. And I'm sure you will accept this. Will she accept this? The next day, the same day, at the branching point for the history of Canada. The sky is white and blue, and our hot one incoming. Yay. But the Kanto Crackers district is on the boil even before the 9 AM bell. The festival, and Haruhime fighting Yuri, just a regular kid from the streets of Kanto. This is going to be quite a show. Everyone in Kanto has been given the morning off from their duties, and all have gathered in the Crackers district. This whole day is about the upcoming battle. Okay then. I'm up on one of the buildings, looking down at Yuri and Haruhime standing in the street. People haven't cleared out from the immediate vicinity. There is no one around the pair of them. It creepily looks like a techie attack. Hey!
Oni-chan, ohayo!
Hey! Again, Aoi bows up to join me. Hope you chilled out, Aoi. You were a little rude for this episode. Hey, double trouble. Morning.
やっぱりここが見物にはぴったりね。
Again grins.
あの日、君が鉄器に襲われた時も、8軒のみんなでここにいたんだよ。
危なかったら助けようとは思ってましたから。
The Ethan and Spider-Man also appear from somewhere. Don't worry, I get it. A little tough love was required. I let them all know not to worry about it. That's in the past now. Yuri. Haruhime. I'm totally fixed at the two of them. Yuri is looking down and breathing hard. She seems very concerned with the area around her feet. More specifically, the location of the small pit trap. Haruhime is standing quietly. Her breathing is regulated. She isn't even sweating. She takes a moment to glance up at me. She did leave all the details in my hands. I think it's pretty much time. The bell is going to mark the start of the battle, so I need to get the preliminary stuff out of the way. Hello, residents of Kanto! Good morning! At the voice from the rooftops, all the gathered fox masks turn in my direction. That's a sight I'm still not quite accustomed to. I can't see their eyes, but I feel all their eyes on me. It makes me nervous. I'm responsible for the festivities today, so I am giving the opening speech. Well, I was up here bending your ears only last week, so I don't have much to say. Enjoy yourselves. There's a main event. The cafe is going to be opening from this afternoon, so please come by if you have time.
なんか威厳がないわね。
Fuck off! Against helpful comment reaches my ears from behind.
まあまあ、彼も頑張ってるから。
私はのんびりしてて好きだけど。もういいから始めちゃえば。
The others all feel the need to chip in. Stupid words. Swords. There's a lot of them. I'm tempted to start an unbuilt brawl, but push down the urge. Just take a breath. Okay then. Moving on. I'm sure you're all thinking the same thing. That's a regular person, not a sword, with no distinguishing characteristics. Could never defeat Haruhime, your ruler, and Ichi no Kami. That the purpose of this fight is simply to see what incredible moves the Kodama user Haruhime will pull off for you all. That's just a natural thing to be thinking. I picked my passive-aggressive words carefully, and they changed the atmosphere of the crowd. There wasn't any tension in the air before, but now it's thick and heavy. These people aren't individuals, but they don't like being clumped together and told you're all weak. Harihime is looking up at me with a frown as well. But that's not what this is. Our challenger, standing before you today, she doesn't think like that at all. Now the mask's turned towards Yuri, who is still looking down at the ground. I don't think that either. The masks of the villagers turn back up to me. I'm actually starting to enjoy this spotlight. I'm thinking about the future. 1 year from now, Yuri has been selected as the challenger this time. But next year, when this all happens again, I want someone else to take on the Ichinokami, or an Error of the Swords. That means you might not be spectating next year. You might be fighting. These words cause a ripple amongst the spectators. These are people who love to fight. If you wish for that honor, then train hard. Do all you can for the people around you, so they will be happy for you if you're selected. I want a future that makes content better for everyone who lives here, including you, Steven. That first step towards that is the fight you are about to watch. And then, perfect timing. The bell rings. The bell for 9 a.m. All of Kanto falls quiet, with everyone listening to the sound. One, two, three. Everyone's keenly aware that once the ringing stops, the fighting starts. 4, 5, 6. It's almost time to make history. I had to make me anticipated. There were more. 7, 8. The one who will represent you all today in your fight against the Ichinokami. Her name is Yuri! 9. But this does look like she's holding my head and she's about to sucker punch me. Yuri's face finally comes up from the ground. She looks good. Ready. The bell stops ringing. Everything stays quiet. The reverb from the bell melts into the morning air. The 2 main players still don't move. Harihime drops her center of gravity a little, but just stands there. Yuri stands ready too.
来ないのですか?
Harihime is talking to Yuri, but the graphics district is so quiet, everyone hears. Yuri still doesn't move.
こういう勝負ですから、てっきり気合と熱意を持った勝負を期待していたのですが。
Harihime continues. Yuri keeps her mouth shut and doesn't move. This lasts for more than 10 seconds. The spectators in the cheap seats are the first ones to get restless. Murmured comments start to drift upward. What's going on? Aren't they starting yet? Something wrong? Go, girl, go! I keep my eyes on the scene below while talking to the people behind me. Fuyuhita.
なんだい?
Fuyuhita takes a moment to answer, also intently focused on the fight. A rather staring match unfolding below. Has Haruhime ever picked a fight with someone herself?
いや、ないよ。春から誰かにというのは子供の頃から見たこともない。
She doesn't like to fight. And people are always picking fights with her. Okay, she's not really accustomed to moving first. When she fought me, she gave me 15 seconds head start. Yuri's shoulders are heaving. It can't be easy on her either. Everyone in Kanto is hoping that Yuri will take the lead and strike first. That she can't possibly be scared of going into battle with the Ichinokami. Not now. That whatever happens, she needs to crush it and smash through. That things can't possibly end like this, without anyone throwing a single punch. Yuri, patience! I call out to her in my heart.
そうですか。
Haruhime is the one who breaks first. Her vulnerability exposes itself. In her position as ruler, this silence that betrays all expectations for the fight is not permissible. She's accustomed to moving second, but she decides to move first.
行きますよ。
Haruhime declares her intentions and tenses up her lower body. Her opening move.
春姫様は正々堂々正面から突っ込んでくる。
It's like I hear Yuri's voice. This is it.
加速。
Haruhime selects an orthodox self-enchantment. Then she turns forward in a straight line. An almost foolishly straight line, right towards Yuri. The fact that this is going exactly as planned gives Yuri a boost of courage. I'm happy, and relieved too, but my brows also furrowed together. You're too naive, Haruhime. This weakness of a ruler is about to be exposed for all to see. We're about to live in the best and the worst future. Haruhime knows Yuri has to be ready prepared against the Kododama. She still charges in without even testing that out.
無謀に挑みながら何もせず終わるつもりですか。
Haruhime does seem puzzled about how Yuri has done nothing but hold her fighting stance. Her voice is angry, scolding, not even an attack Kododama. Naivety, pure and simple. And that's the Haruhime that we all know and love. Yuri! Show respect to the Princess of Kanto!
はい。
I've shouted before I know it, and Yuri replies with a loud shout of her own. Yuri clenches her fists. But the accelerated Haruhime is already performing her final step into launch her attack. The quality of their speed is so different. Yuri's punch won't even be a counterattack. But then... Haruhime is suddenly thrown off balance right in front of Yuri. Her body sinks downward, diagonally to the side. She's stepped into the small pit trap, only 10 centimeters or so deep. Such a primitive means of attack, but the accelerated Haruhime has brought it on herself. She can't hope to right the ship now.
なぜ。
Haruhime's face changes to a look of surprise. The reason for that isn't because she dropped her guard, or to blow out her pride.
この穴の位置と小ささは私が確実にここを踏むことを知っていた。
Her expression, her eyeline, she's thinking about the meaning behind its incredibly small hole.
春姫様。
Haruhime is distracted for a moment, and now Yuri gives a shout. Her fist, which would never normally have a chance to land, is heading right for Haruhime in a real big swing. Thrown off balance, falling forward, Haruhime has no recourse to avoid the attack. After being trained not only by me, but also as a Ninokami, Yuri has Haruhime dead to rights. The only thing she can do is pull in her arms to block. Yuri smashes her attack into those arms. Physically speaking, Haruhime is still a light, slender girl. It's not an exaggeration to see when she is simply blown away. She lands on her back more than 10 meters away. The crowd of masks are amazed by this turn of events. They must have been expecting Yuri to have a trick or two up her sleeve, if she was willing to take on the Ichinokami. but he probably expected it to be nothing but a small piece of resistance against the inevitable odds. And yet Haruhime is the first one knocked to the ground. I burst out laughing.
Baka!
Akin is angry, but Haruhime. A combination of their reactions are the epitome of what's happening inside me right now. Haruhime stays down. She isn't moving. She might even be knocked out. She isn't moving at all, like she's relaxing and looking up at the sky. Just stay down! Words that sure would have been Kotodama swell up violently inside me.
驚いた。あれは落とし穴か。
Hihita has a tone of amazement as he realizes what went down.
そうか。春、お前は、そうか。
Hihita murders himself, pondering on the faces of his sister.
はるちゃん。
Ai's laughter intensifies.
もう、何よ、あれ
Akin's angry too. What's going on? I can't turn around, but I still realize that there's something odd about the twins' reactions.
強いな、強いな、春姫ちゃん。しぶといわね。あれで終わっておきなさいよ。
I got it wrong. The twins aren't reacting to how easily Haruhime has gone down. After all of their training, they still see and respect her strength. There it is. Haruhime's laughter rings out. Her knees come up, and then she slowly stands. That's a face that says, is that the best you can do? Both of her arms are hanging down, most likely broken. Oy. But that's no problem.
骨折の治癒。
Two words and Yuri's entire opening gambit is wiped out. Attack, defense, and even healing. Broken isn't that word for it. Haruhime is still laughing to herself, giggling under her breath, stippling her chuckles. She doesn't demean Yuri with comments like, "Well done," or "Nice moves." It isn't over. Beyond the worst possible development, here comes an even worse one. The basic nature of this fight just changed entirely, because Kanto's kindly ruler has now tagged out.
やはり、分かってはいたんですよ。
Haruhime is still staggering in place, even with her arms healed up.
戦いは苦手なんです。私、争うのは苦手なんですよ。
Haruhime mutters to herself. I've never seen her looking like this.
でも、戦いというものは楽しいですね。
The opponent is pure Ichinokami. It has leader at the 8 fucking swords.
あれ？ユリちゃんがいない？
More importantly, Haruhime said is gone. Tsubame is the first to notice it. Wait, Yuri's gone? Yuri has vanished from the road. Everyone was so fixated on Haruhime's trip through the air. They didn't watch what Yuri did next.
ユリなら、春姫を殴り飛ばした後、すぐに建物に駆け込んだわよ。
Well, almost everyone. Again was paying attention.
殴った時の手応えが変だったろうね。あの姿勢で言霊も使わずに受け流されちゃったね。
Harima knew she could heal her arms, so she just let Yuri take them. And Yuri punched her, she relaxed just her arms, preventing the impact from reaching her more vital areas. Her abdomen or head. I'm not even sure how she did it, but it's clearly a product of all that combat experience. Haruhime scans around. She looks at the building Yuri probably ran off into. It would be easy to chase her down. But after that pit trap opening move, the whole building could be rigged to blow.
Yuri! 建物から出てきなさい!
Haruhime speaks. No response. Yuri must have heard the katadama, but it doesn't work on her.
Yuri! 声を上げなさい!
Haruhime tries again. Still no response. Haruhime doesn't bother with the third time. She knows Yuri has some kind of response to the katadama in place, so she's just making sure, and maybe hoping to get lucky. As Haruhime thinks, she glances up at me for a moment. Hi. I am not responsible for anything beyond this! She can't possibly hear me, but I reply to her anyway. Catching her off guard with an unexpected trap. Cowardly? Bring it on! It sounds like it's even worked. Not really. I don't know what's going to happen beyond this point. This is Yuri's fight now. The only thing I do know is what she needs to do to end it quickly. Sealing up the Kotodama's ability to directly affect a person is no obstacle to a high-level user of the art form. Haruhime reaches into her sleeves.
刃物.
She speaks. But then her arm comes out again without anything in her hand. Maybe she thought the bladed weapon would do too much damage to Yuri? I think some more. There's no sign of that kind of concern on Haruhime's face. Haruhime observes the building where Yuri is likely hiding for a moment longer. Then she looks around the street.
石道路.
Her voice rings out. There are plenty of the heavy stone lanterns in her vicinity, and they wobble at her command. You can't be serious! I realize what she's about to do and moan. Yada?
石道路よ。宙を舞い、荒れ狂い。有利に激突しなさい!
I thought she was gonna make them become alive and just make them walk towards Yuri. The Kodama, but no. The Kodama instantly brings life to the statues and they leap up into the air. Then, at insane speed, they fly towards the building where Yuri has to be hiding. But not the one everyone thought she must have first run into. The location doesn't matter. Her target is a fixed point in space. That being Yuri. Attacks using the Kodama like this don't even need line of sight. A scream from Yuri rings out from a building a little removed from where we are watching. At the same time, the scream of pain is drowned out by the sounds of cataclysmic structural damage from within. It isn't just one sound, but repeated impacts, making me worried that the entire thing might come down. The lanterns pound over and over again, seeking to complete their orders to crash down Yuri no matter what. Walls, ceiling, nothing stands in their way.
なるほど。刃物では入り組んだ室内では何かに刺さってすぐに効果がなくなるね。
Yuhita gives a chilling analysis. She wasn't holding back. She was just picking the optimal method. Haruhime is watching the building intently. She's aiming for the moment that her prey is forced out of its hidey hole. This is more like a hunt than a fight. Of course, if Yuri leaves the house, she'll have to fight Haruhime head on. which means she'll lose. She understands that too well. That gives her a few places to run. She has to deal with the statues inside, everything getting trashed around her. Another test of her resolve. This isn't a frivolity for the audience to enjoy anymore. Everyone is now watching the fight with deadly seriousness. After a minute or two, the breaking sounds fade away. Haruhime is standing a little away from the building, eyes intent. She's watching the smoking building like a hawk, where a little rabbit Yuri is huddled inside. The fight might already be over. Yuri might be knocked out, unable to deal with all the flying stone.
Yuri! 今の居場所は分かっています。まだ目を開けているなら、私ではなく、カントの皆にそれを示しなさい。
Haruhime tries again, knowing that Kodama itself can't work.
まだ終わっていません。
I hear Yuri's voice. She sounds willing to continue, but also in pain. Maybe she's hurt. Can she really carry on? I am worried. I am nervous. Damn it! I'm amazed at how hard this is, having to watch without being able to fight myself.
Haruhime様!
Yuri continues.
私はあなたを尊敬しています。賢くて、可愛らしくて、責任感も愛嬌もあり、誰に対しても分け隔てなく接してくれるあなたが大好きです。
Yuri shouts loudly. You forgot to ask for her to give you babies. The crowds are all listening too. Yuri's words, more or less, represent the feelings of everyone wearing a mask in Kanto.
今日、私の挑戦を受けてくださったことに感謝します。
Yuri continues to shout. She needs to stop. I know she's got a lot she wants to say, but she's giving away her position. And the fact she isn't moving around. Haruhime is already looking around, even as she listens to Yuri's voice. If the lanterns can't get the job done, then she'll need something bigger and heavier. She soon settles on a target. A bigger, cherry tree. Her favorite. As she sees the massive tree, her lips form a smile.
私は八の神の神様にも感謝します。
I give an involuntary shake at the mention of my name.
あの方は私を信じると言ってくださいました。
You bet your fucking ass I do.
ただの怪力という弱い能力しか持ち合わせない私でも春姫様に勝てるのだと教えてくださりました。私がそんなことを不可能だと拒絶しました。それでもあの人は私を信じてくれた。だから私は感度のただの一人の人間でしかない私もまた夢を見ることができたんです。大好きな春姫様に敬意を示そうと。そうしたら茜様も葵様も協力してくれました。私が自分を信じたから周りの方も信じてくれたんです。
Yuri's voice continues unabated, presumably heading towards some kind of conclusion. Haruhime is looking for a conclusion of her own. She is listening intently, her expression now smooth and calm, with one hand resting on the massive tree while her mouth mutters. The roots of the tree start to groan and grumble. She's going to swat the entire building like a fly.
他にも感謝したい方がいます。
Yuri's speech is still going, but it has surprised me now too. I set Yuri in discourse, sailing there towards this encounter, but I am not aware of the involvement of anyone she hasn't mentioned yet.
ソメさんも一緒に 農地で働いている仲間や宿舎でたまに言葉を交わすだけだった仲間にも感謝します。
Huh? Where is this coming from? What she's been doing without me knowing?
そしてこの勝負を見届けてくれているカントの同胞に未来を示します。私たちでもあなたに届くのだと。それはどうでしょう。
Harihime's smile is small and tight. She takes a single falling blossom in her hand. She commends it quietly, probably a final confirmation, telling the fellow to fly towards Yuri, just like the statues. The fellow obeys, started to move completely against the wind. It only gets as far as Haruhime's feet. Low fail. Haruhime is shocked. And just as shocked, not more so. The fellow should have headed for the same building as before. But he just heads down to the feet of the Kotodama user. Because that's where Yuri is.
春姫様、私は。
The voice is still coming from the building. Haruhime looks away from the ground, back up towards the building. That is her final mistake.
私はここにいます。
I'm perfectly with your shout. The ground at Haruhime's feet crumbles and an arm thrusts out. Yuri's arm. The arm grabs Haruhime's leg.
ユリ！一緒に沈んでください。
Yuri shouts as she pulls Haruhime into whatever trap she has laid out underground. Haruhime is unable to respond and is dragged below ground in an instant by Yuri's mighty power. A spray of water explodes upward. Wait, water? Yep, water. A battlefield that can shut down Takotadama. But I have no idea what there's water running beneath the road, but there's a perfectly good river alongside it.
そうか。職人街の地下を掘り返していたのか。まるで鉄器だな。
Vegeta steps in with some keen exposition. She dug out the tunnel. Those words sink in. When I saw Yuri last night, she smelled of sweat and soil. I thought she must have taken a bath, but still smelled like a sack of wet dirt, to put it politely. She had spent the night, probably with a crew of fox masks, digging a tunnel below the Crafters district. But where from? Where had she started digging and carried out the earth without anyone noticing? Soma's studio. It would have taken too long for her to do it alone. No matter her strength, she couldn't have created an underground waterway alone in one night. So she relied on the people around her. She didn't try to do this alone, all alone. She chose to work with others. That's how she reached this point.
私は。
The voice continues from the building. She's under the ground, but the voice continues. I see others looking towards the building, making the same mistake Haruhime did, but wondering what's going on.
もう良さそうですね。皆様、お騒がせしました。
Yu's voice now rings out, substantially louder than normal.
あの腕輪の声だ。じゃあ、本物のユーリお姉ちゃんはやっぱり下だね。
Right, of course. The bracelet has a recording function. I've come to think of you entirely based on her AI characteristics, but the bracelet was originally a simple recording device from the past. Everything Yuri has been showing at Haruhime was pre-recorded prior to the fight. I can't be sure of the timing, but at some juncture, the real Yuri had started moving around. A ploy. A strategy. Pursuit of the goal of victory.
いいえ、私は強くありません。強くありませんが、それでも春姫様を打倒してみせます。誰でもなく、 私の夢のために。あなたに教わった大事なことを無駄にはしません。
She's bringing everything she can, everything she has to this fight. Yuri! I clench my fists and look down at the ground.
やった、ユリお姉ちゃん。そのまま倒せ。
The twins are enjoying this chill. The fox masks are also restless. Just like my proclamation at the beginning, this fight doesn't look like a cakewalk for Haruhime any longer. We can't see the actual fighting, but the ground is shaking, and water is spraying up from the hole in the road. Haruhime can't use any new Kotodama while submerged. The only enchantment she applied was acceleration. This is the battle down in the mud that we wanted. In fact, without the Kotodama, Haruhime basically has no chance of winning. You've come this far, Yuri. No, I'll go all the way. Take her down. This isn't a relaxing swim. They won't be able to hold their breaths for more than for more than a minute. And it's been more than 30 seconds already. The results will be bobbing up to the surface soon enough.
見事だ。
Fujita sounds legitimately impressed.
頭を使った戦いで、ハルがここまでやり込められるのを見るのは初めてだ。本当に驚いた。
He's smiling not to anyone in particular, more just to himself. His words enter my ears, even if they aren't directed at me.
ハルは生まれてからずっと里い子で、優しくて、何でも抱え込んでしまう子だった。優秀すぎて、破綻なく、抱え込むことができてしまった。あの子は弱いところや欠点まで含めて、完璧な子なんだ。だからこそ、いっそここで負けて楽になってしまえと思ってしまうね。
I'm hearing but not focusing on Fuyuhila's words, and yet I can't help but consider his meaning. Making her life easier through defeat. Maybe that's what we're all wishing for.
ここまでかな。欲しかったのに。相変わらず春姫ちゃんはしぶとい。
The twins' comments have taken a turn. The fight isn't over yet, surely. We can't even see the two of them. Yuri has sealed up the Kozadama and dragged her target onto a battlefield where she can win. Yuri has poured so much into this. Built up everything she can, put it all together, and taken this challenge. Clinging to their dreams the whole time. That's why. I don't want these powerful people to simply write all of that off. And then, a spray of water erupts again, but not from the original hole. This one comes from the river flowing alongside the Crackers district. Rima clambers up onto the bank. Her killer attitude has been washed away from the look of it. Then she drags something else up out of the water with her. It's Yuri, soaked to the skin and knocked clean out.
川に落とされることは警戒していましたが、まさか地下からとは。鉄器の真似ですかね。
Upon hearing Haruhime's reflections, all the strength drains out of me. That makes sense. Haruhime was ready for this from the beginning. Yuri is dripping wet, while Haruhime's hair and clothing looks bone dry. Of course. Haruhime brought everything to this fight too. Just like Yuri set up a plan to stop the Kodama, Haruhime already had a plan in place to stop that plan. Dunking the Kodama witch hadn't been enough to drown her powers. She hadn't pulled any punches, even against Yuri. A fox mask with nothing but super strength. Makes total sense. I can't stop repeating the same thought. Everyone took this seriously. We had to accept this result, like it or not. Everyone is silent, The crowd, myself, everyone. No voices are raised in celebration for the victory of their beloved Ichinokami. At the end, we had all wanted the same thing. For Yuri, out there for us all to win. Haruhime looks around, reading the room, and an exasperated expression rises on her face.
一つ、私から告げたいことがあります。私が勝てたのは、運が良かっただけです。だから、
She looks up at the sky.
もしも来年、またこういう勝負を開催するなら、私を選ばないでください。もう二度と、私はやりたくありません。
Well, her pulling the undead out from the ground was kind of scary. Aww.
春姫様が、そんなことを言っていたのですか。
Wow, you're close. Yuri is waking up in my room, and after hearing everything that happened after she was knocked out, that's her first question. She really did. She said she was lucky that she won, and she doesn't want to fight again. The ultimate compliment. I'll provide a nice overview. Yuri ponders my words. She isn't happy, but doesn't seem upset either. It probably hasn't sunk in yet. And she settles down to sleep tonight. One of those two emotions might strike. But however she feels about it in the end, this result belongs to Yuri. It isn't my place to say too much.
なぜ、私はここにいるのですか？
I took it for myself. After waking up and asking about the end of the barrel, Yuri finally realizes her surroundings. We couldn't carry you all the way down to your lodgings in that state. It would have only stirred up more excitement. Oh, and I'm not the one who cleaned you up and changed your wet clothing. That was Spane. She treated Yuri's wounds and checked for anything else out of the ordinary. As a result, Yuri received a clean bill of health.
そうですか。宿舎に運ばれていたら、他の人たちに迷惑がかかりますよね。
But more importantly, what happened after you dragged her under the ground? I poured some water into a cup and offered it to Yuri while I asked the question. I want to know what happened while they were out of sight.
何がというか、最後はもみくちゃになっていただけです。
Yuri doesn't even seem to notice that water as she recalls the final struggle.
春姫様が水の中でも声を出せることにはすぐ気づきましたが、それでも足首は掴んでいましたし、よくわからないうちに終わっていました。
なるほど。暗い水の中では、それはもう何が何だかわからないでしょうね。
You back on my left arm, asked this comment. Welcome back. Narime could still use the Kodarama underwater, but being grabbed so tightly by Yuri would have still been dangerous. The result of all her efforts was a tooth and nail roll in the mud and water, like nothing Kanto has seen before.
勝てませんでしたね。
Yuri recalls the events from just before passing out. Right.
春姫様は強かったですね。
Very strong. She's got hidden reserves in there.
さすがです。うん。やっぱり春姫様はすごいです。
Good thing, by the way, that little undead trick she pulled off deactivated her killer, instincts. Because she was starting to enjoy it. Rima, that is. We avoided something bad, probably. Yeah, Yuri mutters to herself. The same kind of thing she normally says. I wasn't sure about asking this, but I think I do better make sure. Are you okay?
はい、大丈夫ですよ。
Yuri replies with surprise. She's not her normal self. It's a shock of defeat getting you down.
ぼんやりはしていますが、何か変ですか？
She replies with a question of her own. No, not specifically. In fact, the question makes me realize that the problem is with me. I get it now. I wanted you to win, Yuri. Right. I am upset that you lost. I finally get it.
そうですね。悔しいです。
Yuri nods.
だから、来年こそ勝ちましょう。
Wait, what?
え？
Wait, what? We sound like a flock of dumb parrots. Yuri is still surprised.
だって、あなたが言ったではありませんか。来年もああいう勝負をしたいと。やりましょう。来年こそ私が勝ちます。
Yuri makes it sound like the most natural thing in the world. It isn't bluster or a reflexive call for revenge.
なるほど。一度の挑戦だと考えていましたが、あのユーリ様の戦いであれば、来年も挑める可能性はありますね。
もちろんです。また選んでもらえるように努力します。たった1週間で、あそこまで春姫様を追い詰めることができたのですから、1年先にはもっと戦えるはずです。
Yuri's innate positivity surges to the fore. She's right, you know. I'm speechless. For her, this defeat is simply another marker on the road. The first step on a long journey. She didn't expect things to work out right away. She's going to build, and build, and get knocked down, and build, and get knocked down, and build again. Next time's the charm. Thinking of the future. Right. The women of Kanto are strong. Humans are strong. As for me, I am exhausted. I sound like Haruhime.
何ですか？あなたこそその調子は。これから喫茶店というものを始めるのでしょ？
Yuri is full of life. She's robust.
確かに。話の途中ですが、先ほど11時の鐘が鳴っていましたし、そろそろ店に向かった方がよろしいでしょうね。
Ah, but I just want to sleep for 5 more minutes.
ほら、行きますよ。
Fine. Tila grabs my arm and I hate to do it, but yeah, I am mopping. And drags me along with her. I feel like a cat being carried by its member. Outside we go. Yay. I pretend not to see the Crackers district as we pass through, mainly the severe structural damage and a hole in the middle of the road. I take the turning on the way to the fields, and head down the track where I presume the cafe lies. I only heard about this place so far. I have not actually been there yet. There's a long line along the road. 800 wax masks. Ordinary line and lack of people talking set a pretty freaky scene. But then Yuri passes alongside, some do make noises. Like the day I defeated the Teki, some of them also point to Yuri with respect. At the end of the line, I see the cafe. And here we are. It looks a little more fun than the word cafe would suggest. Tea house might be more appropriate.
へえ、これが喫茶店ですか。
Yuri takes it all in. Impressed. Well, not quite like a cafe from the past, but this is Kanto. There are tables and chairs inside, but they're all made from wood. A very Japanese approach. No problem with that. They focus on an open the race element, allowing lots of people to visit at the same time. It's an open cafe. Like something from a period drama. I guess pursuing functionality led them to the same point.
あら、ユリ、起きましたか。
Everyone's in the school uniforms. Hearing our voices, Haruhime and the others emerge from a smaller hut nearby. just like during the fight, all of the swords are here. They are wearing their uniforms, just as I requested.
春姫様
Yuri exclaims happily, but then frowns a little.
ありがとうございました。ご無礼は失礼しました。
She blurts out a thank you and then an apology.
何も謝ることはありません。
Harihime returns to her normal, affable smile. It puts me at ease too. I'm also aware of the violence lurking behind it.
感謝するのはむしろ私の方です。ユーリの強さや戦い方には本当に多くのことを教えられました。
あかねが訓練してあげたんだから当然よ。葵も手伝ったよ。はいはい、あなたたちはすごいです。わかっています。だから手加減してください。
Harihime gives a motherly sigh.
ユーリちゃん、気絶してたのは間違いないんだから、今日は無理しないでね。
And me.
それでも、あるよりもよほど健康そうだね。結局、身体強化の能力者が一番隙が少なくて羨ましい。
Shiravune and Fuyuhira both talk to Yuri too, sounding concerned.
はい、大丈夫です。お二方ともありがとうございます。
うん。しかし、どれだけの痛みに耐えられるのだろうね。
I have to correct my last statement. The concern from one of them is coming from a different place. In any case, someone who started out wearing a fox mask, just a regular girl, is now known across all of Kanto. They won't forget her. They won't forget the name Yuri. That's the reward we've obtained from this. The greatest reward.
皆さん制服なんですね。
Yuri is seeking something to talk about with the swords and just jumps on the first thing she notices.
シンから伝えられていましたからね。八軒がここを訪れるときは、なるべく目立つ制服姿にしましょうと。
Yes, the sun.
ユーリの服も小屋の中にあるわよ。すごいよ。
すごい？いえ、そうですか。服があるなら私も着替えてきます。
Yuri is expecting her uniform to be the same as everyone else's and heads up to the hut without any question.
ユーリちゃんの服だけ特別だったね。
Shibama is late back about it, but she's already seen the special clothing. I placed the order, and I still haven't seen it myself.
まさしく染さんの傑作ですね。
あかねも新しい服が欲しい。葵も欲しい。ダメです。
How about,
あなたたちはすぐに服を汚したり破くんですから。もうちょっと落ち着きを覚えてから染さんに頼みなさい。
They are all so bubbly. What a peaceful scene. But something is about to shatter it.
なんですかこれは。
Yuri shout things out from the hut. I almost expect the whole thing to blow apart. All the gathered swords are smiling. Harihime speaks up for everyone, shouting towards the hut.
ユーリ、命令です。今日の勝負に負けた罰として、文句を言わずにその服を着て、きちんと喫茶店をしなさい。
You heard what this natural has said. Ha 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 ha. She has to pay the price. Yuri must have hurt Harihime because the crying and shouting from the hut stops. Shortly afterwards, Yuri emerges again, having made her peace with what has to happen. She staggered over to me, reminding me of when I punched her too many times during training.
私は大きな勘違いをしていました。
So freaking adorable. Yuri emerges with a serious expression on her face. For a moment, I think she's laughing to me, but she's looking down. Her eyes unfocused. She's talking to herself. And she made the clothes just impossible enough for those great boobs to stand out. Nerves, or maybe intense stress, just like the air clothes, are making her face pale.
あの日、
私になんだこうだ言ったくせに、一人で鉄器に立ち向かったあなたに、少しは関心や尊敬のようなものを抱いたんです。
I'm gonna lose all of that, aren't I?
ええ、不覚にも抱いてしまったんです。さらに、今日までの1週間、あなたが必死になって私のために尽くしてくださったことには、一生かけて感謝しても足りないほどに感謝していました。しかし、それも気のせいでした。別にいいんです。あなたについては意外なことではなく、やっぱりな、という気分ですので。
Yeah? I know you aren't finished yet, but your evaluation of me seems to be developing in unexpected ways. I can't help but cut in. Yuri's eyes are shifting from side to side, and so she didn't even hear my carefully crafted comment.
でも、それはあなたがおかしいだけで、他の八剣様は素晴らしい方々だと思っていたんです。
Oh no, we're all weird.
特に春姫様は。それが、なぜ、こんな決断を下されたのか、全く理解できません。
Ah, gotcha. I was wondering where this was going. Complaining about the boss. If it had been a more serious issue, I would have answered more seriously. Instead, I'm put at ease. Yuri finally looks at me and her eyes are glaring.
あなたは最低です。鬼畜です。変態です。
Hi. Hey. Take it easy. That cold look from a cute girl does turn me on, but I really need her to get back to some kind of normalcy. Yuri is the star for today. I know I explained this already, but this is an important task. The future of Kanta is at stake here.
それは、分かっています。
Yuri is here because she's accepted the need for this. The need for mate. Her need to complain must be powerful in the face of death. Well, if raging on me makes you feel better, go ahead. Rage away.
受け入れるというか、あなたはそういう扱いを好んでいるのでしょう。
Are you sure? Not at all. I mean, impossible.
言霊で誓ってください。
Nope, that I can't do.
やっぱり罵られて喜んでるんじゃないですか。
Hey, come on now, take it easy. It feels like she's about to start troubling me, so I put my hands up and try to call her off. Joking around is one thing. I'm not talking about sex stuff. Just having a cute girl to meet you is always fun.
かわいい。
Notice sounds a bit normal and reflexive anger, but then realizes what I actually said and her face flames red.
いえ、ダメです。私だって慣れましたよ。もうそういう言葉でごまかされたりしません。
No, I ain't. I don't have an agenda. When I say cute, I mean it. I don't want to rile her up anymore, so I keep my reply to just a matter. Look, Yuri. I know she understands this situation, but I take a moment to explain it all again. This cafe is going to be an important touchstone for spreading the ideas of economy and entertainment across Kanto. That's right. This is our cafe. A place to provide food, drink, and pleasure to the residents of Kanto in exchange for the money distributed to them. That alone probably won't be enough to impart the value of an economy. But the place also has the special merit of being somewhere to come into contact with the swords.
わかっています。でも。
Do you still have a problem? I ask as gently as I can.
何が問題なのか。何が問題か
Yele puts her hand on her chest, her face blushing redder, with tears creeping out of the corners of her eyes.
どうしてなぜ私だけがこんな服なんですか
Oh, don't worry, I'm thinking about dressing Tsubame in that as well. She makes such a good point, I don't really have a reply. Everyone else is wearing their school uniforms, but Yuri is wearing something special. The reason for this lay in a complicated thought process, a carefully formed plan, and profound wisdom. In other words, my personal taste. Thank you very much. If I give an honest reply, this time she's highly likely to kill me. Well, after deciding to make a special outfit for Yuri, I did get Summit to make this. Hold on, an appearance prediction might actually foster greater demand! Like a newbie pop singer taking to the stage for the first time. Yep, that do work too. Okay, but don't get too comfortable. That's the reaction we want.
あなたを殺して私も死ぬ
Yuri grabs my neck, still with tears scattered in her eyes. She has the delicate arms of a girl, but their enhanced strength means I'm already about to pass out. Oh yeah. Hold on, this could be really bad. There I go. There's just when my vision starts to turn wide. Everything that brought me to this point flashes through my mind. Brilliant sparkles of the past. Here we are! All caught up!
ほら、いつまで遊んでいるのですか
Harihime closes in behind Yuri and taps her on the back.
しかし、春姫様
I just want to kill this pervert! Yuri has already been ordered not to complain, but she does her best to protest her beloved ruler.
何よユーリものすごく似合ってるじゃないいいないいなやっぱり葵も新しい服が欲しいなでも私は
諦めなさい。今日の主役はどうしたってあなたです。先ほどの勝負で勝ったのは私なのに、全く褒められもしないんですから。
You'll get your pass from a big bravo after decapitating. Harihime theatrically thumps her shoulders. Your very ability to fight back locked off, Yuri writes in her unfamiliar clothing. She's so cute I can't take it. Well, great work today, Harihime. Pet. I've been supporting Yuri this whole time, but I finally throw a bone to the heel of the whole piece. Thank you.
あら、手間暇かけて散々にやりたい放題にやってくれやがったお兄様ではありませんか
Harihime comes back with that sharp bit of hers. I'm pleased she isn't actually too angry. Well, it's been a busy week.
そのようで。
Her levity doesn't last long, and she gives one of her hard-working ruler sighings.
いろいろと学んだというのは冗談ではありませんよ。ああいう仕込みをされると、今後は8件とはいえ、手も足も出ずにおられるかもしれませんね。
Harihime looks at everyone laughing and chatting around Yuri. Then she smiles.
だから、私も一つ思いつきました。
What?
あなたが以前にも口にしていた、軍隊、警察と呼ばれるようなものを、今後、有利に組織させます。
That surprises me. You're sending Yuri in that direction. Interesting.
反対ですか
No, I just kinda wanted Yuri to go on in a more cheerful direction, like a school teacher or something. Then I changed my mind. No, Yuri gets to decide.
もちろんこれは命令ではありません。
警察や軍隊ではなく、まず、八剣や王宮を守護する中間層的な護衛隊とするのはいかがでしょう
You make a suggestion? Yeah, that sounds cool.
何が違うんです
Palace guards, defenders of the crown, special forces, they all have a great ring to them.
古代の感覚は変です。軍隊や警察という呼び方と何が違うのかわかりません。
Harihime laughs as she asks me. You'll get it eventually. That's why I'm here. Then Yuri calls me over.
もう覚悟しましたシン様、そろそろ喫茶店を始めますよ始めますドーナツ
Yuri glares at me, her face red, with one twin on each side. A new dream for Yuri. It's not my place to say anything. She's already started out ahead of me. Okay, good call. I stand in front of Yuri and search through my pockets. I take out the first paper money to ever grace Kanta. peel off 1 bill from my sword stipend and give it to... I'm gonna... How the hell do I pronounce stipend?
Stipend.
Stipend. And give it to Yuri.
これは何です？
I want a lap dance, please. A reward for all your hard work today, and payment for your work in the cafe. I smile. This makes Yuri the first person to receive money for their work in Kanto, the first person on the receiving end of the new economic system, a souvenir of the start of a new moment in history. Yeah. Now where's my lap dance?